Just because you are a stay-at-home mom does not mean that you should not be involved in the finances at home. Just because your spouse is taking care of everything right now does not mean that you should not be involved. Actually, it is the opposite. Because you're not actively bringing in income right now, but you are contributing to the household, you should be protected financially. So in this video, I'm sharing with you tips that you're going to implement as a stay-at-home mom to protect yourself financially in this season. Did you know that 28% of mothers left their workforce to stay at home with their kids? Like, I definitely understand, because we as parents are literally the primary educators of our kids. So mothers deciding to stay home and take care of their kids should not really be a problem, but they should be able to protect themselves. And because studies have shown that 20% of those stay-at-home moms do end up filing for divorce. So we just want you to be protected in this season as you're a stay-at-home parent. Let me fast forward into you as a mom who is choosing to stay at home and take care of her babies, or who is actually considering that option. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you choosing to stay home and take care of your kids. Make sure they're well full time as your spouse takes care of the finances. There is nothing wrong with that. In today's society, if a mom chooses to stay home, there should not be any guilt about that. You are still contributing enough to the family. If your family can literally afford you staying full-time home, why not? The first thing you're going to do is to have clear conversations with your spouse. Take a minute and sit down with your spouse and communicate clearly the expectations from each side. How is this going to work? Communicate about your fear, your insecurities. What is bringing you anxiety about this? How is this arrangement going to work? How long is it going to be? Communicate everything and make it so clear in the beginning. Going to save you so much headache along the way, and also just misunderstandings on what should happen and what should not be happening. And that brings me to my second point. Communicate clearly that you will be involved in the finances of the home. You will be responsible, as well as he will be responsible for these finances. Once this money comes in, both of you are going to be transparent about how to use this money, and you're going to work together. You as the stay-at-home mom literally needs to know everything about what he's doing when it comes to finances. Do not be the mama who has no idea what investments your husband is doing or where the money is. You have to be involved and very clear about where you are financially, both of you as a household. Meanwhile, you can also help you make decisions when it comes to investments and anything at home that is helping you build wealth. You cannot leave it on your husband to deal with that. And since I am not making any income right now, you should be the one handling your money. No, this is a together situation. In your involvement in the finances at home, make sure that you are a listed beneficiary on all the accounts, if they are not joint accounts. This would be retirement account, checking account, savings account, high-yield savings account, life insurance, especially if you don't have a trust set in place yet. This is a very simple step, but if it's not done right, it's going to cost you a lot. So you have to be a listed beneficiary, also known as a payable on death beneficiary, in case anything happens to your spouse. And no, we pray nothing happens to him, okay? Live long enough. But because of the uncertainties, please make sure you are listed. Why is this very important? Because if anything happens to your spouse, the court doesn't know that you have his best interests at heart. So they will freeze the accounts, and you have to go through probate, which is a very lengthy process and very costly for you. So it is very simple. Just go on the online accounts and list yourself as a beneficiary. Please don't list your kids that are less than 21, especially in some states, because kids do not inherit anything directly from you. So just make sure if they're not joint accounts, then you have to be a listed beneficiary. This is going to save you so much headache during that time. Now, let's take advantage of the retirement accounts. You are going to go ahead and open a spousal IRA. This is just like any other retirement account, and the limit for 2024 is $7,000 if you're less than 50, and 8,000 if you're older than 50. This will work like any retirement account, like a Roth IRA. It's going to be in your name, the non-working spouse, and these are going to be your fund. But the contribution is going to be through your husband's income, which is a great deal because it's going to reduce the taxable income for your husband, but at the same time helps both of you to save for your retirement. Have an entire PDF. Check the description box, all the details that you need about spousal IRA. The other thing you're going to look into is getting a life insurance policy. There's so many controversies about this, or should I get whole life or term life? Listen, at this point, we shall begin with term life because it's way cheaper than whole life and doesn't need a lot of brain power to really understand. Your husband can have his life insurance policy and you can also have your life insurance policies. There are so many agents that can write you even if you don't have an active income coming in, but it's also easy for you to just ask your friends or anyone in your network if they already have agents that they know that they can refer you. So that means you get some kind of legit agents that won't sell you stuff you don't need. Getting a life insurance will literally help and save you in case anything happens to you. At least there's a payout that goes out to the kids. This next one, not so many people talk about it, but it's so important, especially if you're a stay-at-home mom. Sign a post-nap agreement. This agreement is kind of like a prenup. Prenup is done before marriage to secure your individual assets. The post-nap is for any assets that have been acquired in your marriage. You need to draft it together because it has to be a written agreement and signed by both of you. How it's reinforced, it really depends state by state. But if you have a post-nap, it means that you kind of reached an agreement that in case of a separation, a divorce, this is how we're going to handle these assets, because as much as they really contributed to this family, I did not have an active income coming in. So you lay down your terms and conditions. There's so many moms that have gone through divorce and have been left empty-handed through this because they did not have a post-nap. It can be scary, but you can do it. Find yourself a financial advisor or a divorce lawyer that can help you draft this, or you can DIY it yourself. There are a few resources you can use to draft them by yourself. Just remember, it has to be written and signed by both of you. Meanwhile, one of the best gifts you can give yourself is to never lose touch on who you are. Stay connected with who you are. Keep discovering yourself. Keep learning about yourself. We take so much time to learn about our husbands, about our kids, our friends, but take time to really understand you. Trying things. Stay in touch with the passions that you had. Why is this very important? Number one, you stop being depressed and overwhelmed in motherhood because it can be a lot. And for most moms, that's where business ideas start from. This all comes with you knowing yourself. Keep developing yourself. Journal about yourself, how you're transitioning through this motherhood. In case anything happens, or when this child grows up and they don't need you that much, then you have a business idea. Now you have where to start, or you know which industry you'd want to go to. I have done a video about the different side hustles moms can start. It is right linked down in the description box and right here. You can go and watch it and get ideas. Also, when you get ideas, even if you're not yet a working mom, right? But if you get ideas of things that you're going to do, write them down because you're going to forget them. Have a notebook where you write all these things. It's really important for you to look at this season of your life as a season of transitioning, of growing. Learn a skill that you never knew before. Sales, marketing, business, entrepreneurship. How to build a personal brand is going to help you at some point. The other thing that so many of us moms do is once we leave the workforce or once we become moms, we start feeling out of place with other people, especially the networks we had before, or when we are working, or the friends we had at school that are not yet mothers. We kind of distance ourselves from them. Encourage you right now is to stay connected to your friends. Stay connected to those people that once helped you in your life. Call them because you don't know when you will need them. You don't know how they can come into that season when maybe life has happened. Get a new circle of friends, but keep the old one as well. So on top of that, also get to know your husband's network, the people he works with, the people he's doing business with, the investments that he's doing. get involved in that. In case they have a company dinner going on and they can bring their wives, go. You can take the kids to maybe grandma or somebody to help you take care of them. Go and stay connected with these people. Learn how he's working with them, who he's working with. Also, introduce these kids to your friends as well. Let the kids also see the people they can trust. In case anything happens to both of you, they know who to trust. They know who to go to. Stay connected with people. People will help you. Networks are very important in anybody's progress. Who you know really matters. Y'all, if you have any questions, comment below. I've given you enough points to share with another mom who probably doesn't know about these tips. I hope this helps you. Don't leave this video without liking or sharing it to another mom. Just a reminder, I made a whole video about a side hustle you can do at home as a mom, and that video is coming up next. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time.